Hey guys, welcome to B3 Comics Best of the Rest segment, where we take a look at all the comics we didn't do a single episode about this week. Before I do that though, I got a couple quick announcements. First, I want to thank you guys out there. We finally passed 100 subscribers this week, and just want to thank everybody out there for all your support. My second announcement is Kurt is coming back next week, so we'll go back to our two-person reviews. But now back to our Best of the Rest. Today we're going to look at Uncanny X-Force number 1, Avengers number 3, and Uncanny Avengers number 3.
The first comic we take a look at today is Sam Humphrey's Uncanny X-Force number 1. The issue centers around Elizabeth Braddock. She has been kicked out of the Wolverine School before enlisting the help of Storm. Together, they attempt to take out the rogue mutant Spiral. Also in the issue, we see that Bishop has returned from the future. The issue ends with us finally seeing what happened to Phantom X and Cluster.
So I feel like the one major goal for this issue of Uncanny X-Force was to just keep all the readers who jumped on during Remender's Uncanny X-Force run and make sure they stay on in this new run. And to a certain extent, I think it accomplished that. Psylocke was pretty awesome in this issue. I mean, it was kind of cool to see her be a little bit off the reservation. You know, she's no longer fit to be a teacher. She's obviously heartbroken. So to just see her kind of go wild was kind of cool. Another interesting twist was seeing Phantom X kissing himself. The guy just had such a massive ego. I guess it was only a matter of time. I guess that's all Deadpool's fault for creating 3 different Phantom X's. And the last major development is Bishop is back. We don't know his intentions yet. Last time we saw him, he was chasing down Cable when he was with the baby Hope, trying to kill Hope. So we'll see what he tries to do in the present. Is he going to go try to kill Hope? I mean, he already kind of missed his opportunity with, AVX already happened, so I guess Hope has already sort of fulfilled her destiny. So we'll have to see what his plans are now. As a grade for Uncanny X-Force number 1, I thought this was a really good issue. Really intrigued me. I didn't expect to be impressed after Remender's run, but I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. So the next issue we're looking at today is Jonathan Hickman's Avengers number 3. It picks up where the last one left off. The original Avengers are still captured by Xnillo and his allies, but Cap brings reinforcements, and they basically just Zerg rush the bad guys. Captain Universe eventually convinces Xnillo and his allies to surrender, which they do, and the good guys win. So this issue concluded the first arc of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run, and there were a couple things that really stood out to me in this issue. First was how powerful Captain Universe is. Captain Universe, for those who don't know, controls the Unipower, which is sort of similar to the Nova Force that the Nova Corps have. But in this issue, she just showed like tremendous power, and even the original Avengers were fairly impressed by. Another thing I liked about this issue was it was somewhat realistic. Cap went back and got all these reinforcements to bring with him to Mars, and when they portaled in, they basically just kind of Zerg rushed the bad guys, which I think is realistic. I'm actually kind of glad they didn't use all these like pre-prepared combos because they never would have been able to practice that. Hopefully, as the story continues to develop, though, we'll get to see them kind of develop some combos like, I don't know, the Hulk using a fastball special with Wolverine or something. One of the most intriguing panels to me was the very last one, where they said this whole idea of a new Avengers started with 2 men, and the 2 men they show are Steve Rogers and Tony Stark, and then it says one was life, one was death, and I really want to know what that means. I don't completely understand how Captain America represents life and Tony Stark represents death, so it must be foreshadowing something to come that Hickman did a great job of tying his entire run together with Fantastic Four, so I think we can expect the exact same thing in Avengers. But as a grade for this issue, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was really cool to kind of just see this entire new roster and just kind of get to see a little bit of everybody in action.
The last comic we talk about is Rick Remender's Uncanny Avengers number 3. The Red Skull continues his rampage using the telepathic powers he has gained from Charles Xavier's brain. He arrives in New York and uses his powers to turn the people against the newly emerging mutant population. He's also able to mind control Thor and turn him against the other Uncanny Avengers.
So this was a mixed issue of Uncanny Avengers. Seeing Thor being mind controlled and turned against the rest of the Uncanny Avengers was sort of cool, but at the same time, it's not an entirely original storyline. We've seen, Thor be used against his allies multiple times. One thing I really did like about this issue, though, was seeing Havoc kind of step up and be the leader. Uh, Early in the issue, Cap kind of questioned Havoc's orders, but Havoc, just demonstrated serious leadership and said, "No, Cap, you got to listen to me. You put me in charge, so follow my orders." And then later, when Cap is being influenced by the Red Skull's telepathic powers, and he's telling Cap like, "Oh, you should go out and attack mutants." Uh, Havoc's leadership is able to get through to Captain America and say like, "No, you're not that guy. Continue to fight the Red Skull." So Havoc truly showed that he should be the leader of the team, and I thought that was definitely important because even I didn't believe that Havoc was the right guy to lead the team. But as a grade for Uncanny Avengers number 3, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I still think it's too simple of a story. Uh, Regular people fighting mutants is just, that's just your average X-Men story. So 3 out of 5.